All right, this next one I think is a very interesting problem. So actually we're kind of going back to something just a little bit simpler um, to see anyway. This one says solve x is less than -2 or x is greater than 3. So again, let's draw out a number line and see if we can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. So let's see, 0 would be here, -2 would be here. Let me just look at the x is less than -2 first. There's no equals at all, so that would be a parenthesis. Less than -2 would be all the numbers to the left. So we would start at -2 and move to the left. I'm going to make a little note of that right there. Now as far as x is greater than 3, let's see, 3 would be right about here on our number line. Greater than, there's no equality, so that would be a parenthesis also. And all of the numbers that are greater or larger are to the right. So x is greater than 3 would look like this. Now, this problem is saying we want this set, the x is less than -2, or this set. Remember, or, that's a union, or joining those two things together. So graphically, if I join these two things together, we would have both the left side and the right side joined together on one single graph. Okay, so here would be our graphical answer. Now if we wanted to write that in interval notation, put INT-NOT for interval notation, then we read it exactly off of the graph. We would start over here at -infinity, which gets a parenthesis, and go all the way over to -2, which also gets a parenthesis. Then we would have to join that together, or union that, with this other part of the set, which starts at 3 and goes all the way over to infinity. So this would be our interval notation. Now this one for our set builder notation would actually be a little bit weird, and I'm not sure if they would actually ask you for set builder notation with something like this, but just in case, this would literally be the set of all x's such that x is less than -2 or x is greater than 3. If they ask you for it, there's not a whole lot that you can do about that. It's very, very interesting.